What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we need to talk about Senator Manchin. So he just spoke up yesterday and said that he wants to pause. He doesn't want to move forward with the second infrastructure bill. Now, this was a fear because we know Senator Manchin, Senator Sinema, they're on the fence when it comes to this second infrastructure bill. Senator Sinema said, you know what, $3.5 trillion, that's way too much. We need to lower that. Senator Manchin hasn't really chimed in on that yet, but now he wants to pause. And we've heard this language before. This whole pause language, we heard it from Senator McConnell. He said the same thing last year. In May, in June, July, Senator McConnell didn't want to move forward with another stimulus package. He wanted to pause. And you even had Senator Manchin saying, you know what, let's make it more targeted. Let's kind of really figure this stuff out. And we're talking about this, the last stimulus package. Let's try to figure things out. Let's not move right away. And this was back in June and July. And so now you have Senator Manchin coming up again and saying, yeah, you know what, let's pause. We don't know what's going on right now. We don't know what's going on in Afghanistan. We don't know that this cost is $3.5 trillion. It's a lot of money. Maybe we should hold off to see how this Delta variant is going to affect the U.S. So all these things now he's throwing out there saying, hey, we don't want to move right now. We want to wait. And this, for a variety of different reasons, is not going to work. I mean, they're going to have to negotiate something. The first reason is the first infrastructure bill. That first infrastructure bill has been approved in the Senate. It's now over in the House. And the House, they're saying, you have Democrats in the House saying, we're not going to move on the second infrastructure bill until we get a vote on the first. And then they kind of backed off that a little bit. And they said, okay, September 27th, we can vote on the first infrastructure bill and vote on the second infrastructure bill. Well, you can't vote on the second infrastructure bill if you have just one holdout. If Senator Manchin does not want to move with that second infrastructure bill, guess what? It's not going to pass. They need all 50 Democrats. And so that is the dilemma right now. The dilemma is this. If you can't get all the support from the Democratic senators, then you're going to have progressives in the House that aren't going to pass the first infrastructure bill. So we're not going to get the first infrastructure bill or the second infrastructure bill. We'll get nothing. And so I'm sure they're going to work this out. They have to. This has to be worked out. Now, I think what's going on when it comes to Senator Manchin, and I've said this before, I think he's trying to earn favors. Ultimately, that's what he's doing. So he's going to hold out, say that there's some problems, and say, you know what, let's pause, let's wait, and then he'll come through at the last minute. But when he comes through, guess what? Now he's earned some favors, and he'll be using those favors in the future. So anytime West Virginia needs something, guess what? Senator Manchin can come back and say, you remember that second infrastructure bill? You remember when I didn't want to do anything with it, but you convinced me to do something with it, and I went ahead and went with you guys? Well, I need a favor now. That's what he's going to do. And I think that is his strategy with this second infrastructure bill. But it's really unfortunate because he waited. He could have talked about this a long time ago, but he waited, and now he's bringing it up 2-3 weeks before they're really going to have to take up the second infrastructure bill. And so we're going to have to see where this goes. And I know I say that a lot, and it's unfortunate, but we've allowed our politicians to behave like this. We need to hold politicians accountable. It's ridiculous. Just look at right now. We have the situation that happened in Afghanistan. We have the Delta variant on the rise. We have people starting to get evicted. We have the enhanced unemployment expiring in September 6th. And where's Congress? They're on recess. They're not even in D.C. right now trying to help the situation. They're not focused on this whole eviction thing. They're not focused on the enhanced unemployment. There are a lot of things that are going on right now, and you have Congress on recess. You have Senator Manchin not in D.C. He's on recess, on vacation, whatever you want to say, but he's not in D.C., and he's talking about this second infrastructure bill, how he wants to pause on that. And when it comes to situations like this, they behave this way because we allow them to behave this way. I would say, you want to go on recess? Guess what? Let's pause your paycheck. You don't deserve to get paid if you're going on recess. If you want to go on recess, you want to go back to your home districts, that's fine. Do it on your own dime. If you don't want to move forward with the bill, guess what? If you want to pause on that bill, let's pause on your paycheck until you come through. Maybe we can make it that way where you only get a commission if you pass bills. If you don't pass anything, you don't get paid, because ultimately that's your job. Your job is to represent the American people in Congress, in DC, not in your home district. Now, if you want to do research, to go back to your home district to do research, that's fine. But don't do it on the people's dime. Do it on your own dime. And so this is where we are right now. Things are really going to start heating up now that Senator Manchin said this, and you'll probably have some other senators, some other Democratic senators that'll come out and say, yeah, you know what? Hey, let's hold off. Let's pause. They're probably going to say the same thing. Hopefully not too many, but you're going to get some senators that are going to say that. Senator Sinema might come out and say that. We don't know. But as of right now, you have Senator Manchin out there saying this, and so this is not good. This is not good for either infrastructure bills, because you have Democrats now, they're going to be fighting against each other. You already have one bill, the first infrastructure bill, halfway there, but you're going to have progressives that are not going to vote for it. They're not going to vote for it unless that second infrastructure bill is in place. And so we'll have to follow it. We'll have to see where it goes. I want to know what you guys think about this. You guys obviously see how I feel about it, but how do you feel about it? Let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.